Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic, Rashod Bateman. Look, I always say this. I really do. Because people seem to not really understand what it means. So I'm going to reiterate it right now. Athletes are human. That's what they are. No matter how much you think they make or how much success you think they might garnish, they're humans. The reason why I bring this up is because today, Rashod Bateman was trending. And he was trending off of a tweet by a random person where there was a picture of a man. I know, I wish I had the picture to put up. I don't have the picture. I wish I did. I'd put it up right now. But the picture of the man was at, I guess, a Beyonce concert. And it said, blank love to say my name. Right? And I checked it. And the crazy thing is, this is the crazy thing. He got flack for the picture. All right? And the person that put out the post specifically said this: Lamar, OBJ, and Zay are working out in Miami, and Rashod Bateman is at a Beyonce concert. Shaking my head. And this thing was retweeted, quote tweeted a lot of times, bookmarked. I mean, he was trending. And it bothered me. The reason why it bothered me is because, of course, Bateman responded and said, yeah, and it was fun as, HE double hockey sticks or something along those lines. And it bothered me because when you look at the picture, it's not even Rashod Bateman. You see, and people are like coming at this guy. I want to remind everybody, Rashod Bateman has been on the trajectory of hard work trying to get back from the injury. But when he's been on the field, everybody has seen the flashes of like a Stephon Diggs type of player. Everybody has. So for somebody to make the statement or quote tweet or whatever you want to say of saying that this guy isn't working hard when he's probably killing himself to get back on the field, and he's been killing himself. The problem is that us as fans, and I even use myself in it, want more access to these players than we should be getting. Social media gives us enough access as it is. This is why that's why I told Lamar when I talked to him again, I said, yo, nah, for real, bro, thanks. And I remember he was trying to downplay. He was like, nah, bro, like, nah, man, nah, I wanted to, do something with you and stuff like that. And I said, nah, I wanted to say thank you because you really did not have to do nothing. These athletes have, more now than ever before, the connection with the athletes and regular society or famous people are more close now than it's ever been. Because there's nothing separating the two on a day-to-day basis. Nothing. Usually before it would be when you'd see them out and you're like, oh my God, and you would go crazy and take pictures and try to jump on their limos. Not anymore. Because a lot of them are on social media. So you might end up being on like a live by accident, showing up, people answering your questions live, right? And we're talking about real time. And that's part of the problem. Because with that access comes the gall of some people, right? And what I mean by that is Rashod Bateman has been working his butt off to get back on the field. We all know that. He's as much as he's been quiet about it, he took some pictures to let us know, like, yo, I'm in the lab. I'm working to get back. Lamar reminded you guys about saying, yo, he's wide receiver 1. Right? And everyone's still like, yo, Zay, OBJ. Now, look, I get it. Zay, OBJ, and Lamar has let us into their practices. They've let us into their grinding. They let us in. But right before then, remember, before they started meeting up in Miami, people were complaining about Lamar. You get where I'm coming from? These players do not have to give us access. It's not in their contract. It's not even what they're paid to do. It's not. Leave that man Bateman alone. Do you know how, listen, and I say this, a lot of people really don't understand athletics. Do you know how frustrating it would be? Frustrating it has to be even for him that he's never been injured. He comes into the league. He comes in highly touted. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, he's going to be the next big thing. Big thing. And injury has kept him and hampered him from reaching the heights in which he is capable of reaching. And at the beginning of his career, there's questions right now that we might not even pick up a 50-year option. You get where I'm coming from? So he's probably under a large amount of stress. And on top of it, he's trying to work his body back to the point of trusting it. Because I take it from somebody that's had multiple surgeries and was a former athlete. It's hard to get to trust your body again. Because you're always in the back of the mind, like, if I cut again like this, is it going to give out? If I put too much weight on this, is it going to give out? If I jump this way, is it going to give out? The reason why I use those ones is because I was a basketball player. I wasn't a football player. But it's real. And it's real for them. This is why I try to tell people, like, you have to have some type of understanding. Bateman's already let us know, like, yo, I'm working, guys. I'm working to get back on the field. I'm working to be a piece of this puzzle for the Baltimore Ravens offense. You know where I'm coming from? I want to be here. I want to be with Lamar and them. But he's rehabbing. That's what he's doing. For you to take shots at him and stuff like that, I think that's more than childish. It's wrong. It's wrong. If we saw him overweight, and oh man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I'm going to be able to come back on, but you know what I'm saying? I'm making good money right now. I'm good. That's different. That's different. But everybody sees that he's been working. Just because he's not out there with Lamar, Zay, and OBJ does not mean he's not working. There's days that OBJ missed. Y'all remember? Y'all was on OBJ about that too. You don't have to have all the access. But you know, they let you know, like, look, we want greatness. We want greatness. And look, and I'll say this too. It's about time a lot of us start acting like adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this childlike want from other adults is mind-boggling to me. Think about this real quick. Think about how much time you have in a day, right? Just think how much time you have in a day. Waking up, bringing your kids to school, getting ready for work, making lunch, bye, babe, kissing your wife goodbye, you know what I'm saying, getting out of the house, going to work, doing whatever, dealing with people you don't like, dealing with a boss that probably overworks you, dealing with a corporation that probably doesn't respect you, probably at a job that you don't like, and you're sitting there working. By the time you get off, you're coming back home to a house full of kids or noise or whatever else it is like that. How much time in that day do you have? Think about it. Just think. And sometimes you get on social media when you're using the bathroom. Sometimes you get on social media when you're on lunch break at work. Think about it. Think about it. These guys have lives. Now, is it as strenuous as yours? Probably not monetarily, it's not. Because they're paid well for what they do. But mentally, physically, yeah. It's not, I mean, come on now. Listen, I said it before, most of us are in Florida. I've specifically pointed out how we saw Zay, OBJ, and Lamar working out in this Florida heat. Everybody's inside with their ACs. Nobody wants to be outside. Nobody. My daughter's school was even contemplating on some of the days not bringing the children outside because it was way too hot. Those men are out there running full speed for hours. Most people can't stay out there for half an hour. And I know what you're going to say, USPS, UPS, FedEx, Amazon workers. Some of them are in air-conditioned vehicles, especially Amazon workers. Other ones have air hitting them as they're driving, USPS and UPS. FedEx, some of their stuff are air conditioning. So it's not the same. It's not the same. So all I'm asking for is a little more leniency with our athletes. That's all. That's all. Because I promise you that man is probably working his tail off. And he's probably laughing like, bro, do they not have any idea how hard I'm working? Well, we would know if you would tell us all the time. We would know if you posted it on Instagram all the time. We would know if you posted it on Twitter all the time. Made a TikTok, maybe. Work, 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 work. No, he doesn't have to do that. It's not his prerogative. But I promise you, I'm telling y'all this now. Bateman, when he hits that field, is coming for he's coming with ill intention. I'm telling y'all, because not only are they motivated by their dreams and aspirations, they're motivated by the money. We know what top flight receivers get paid. We know what they get paid. We know what top flight quarterbacks get paid. Linemen, all these things. When you could play and become the 1% of the already 1% of the athletes that play in the NFL, it garners you a level of living that you could take care of yourself and family for the foreseeable future. You understand? So I'm telling you, we don't have to say anything to get him ready. I'm telling you this now. He probably wants to maintain that level of living as long as possible. And I try to tell everybody this too. How quick does 5 to 10 years go by? Think about it. Most of these athletes' careers are between 5 and 10 years. It's it. Think about, listen, I remember growing up watching Allen Iverson, and that was my favorite athlete. I mean, I was a basketball player, but, watching Iverson, watching Jordan, watching Baron Davis, watching Stephon Marbury, watching Stevie Franchise. Those are the guys that I used to watch a lot, watching their games, their styles, all that stuff like that. They've been retired for years. I remember when Allen Iverson won the MVP for the NBA. Do y'all know that was over 22 years ago? 22 years. 22. You get where I'm coming from? So that's, within that time frame, they have to make enough to make sure that they can continue living their lifestyle. We can continue to, everyone's like, oh, if they spend and blah, 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 blah. Once again, I always tell people this. Once you're used to a level of lifestyle of living, it takes something to maintain that. It takes something to maintain that 6 or 7 bedroom house. It takes something to maintain you driving around a very nice SUV. It takes something to maintain you having the college funds for your children paid off. It takes something to buy your parents a home, which you hear a lot of athletes do. So be realistic, guys, please. For me, please. And you know this, man. And that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you all for watching. You know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. Everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. You know I love the comments. Just be respectful, please. And we will have no problems. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Another 90s trope. I'm sorry, I'm in my bag a lot. And if you look at the description of the video, you'll see that we have the Patreon that is up. Listen, the Patreon now comes with 3 tiers. The 3 tiers have different things that they offer. I'm telling you, it's brand new. It's worth it. check it out. Because especially when the regular season starts, there's going to be so much great content being made. And I'm telling y'all that y'all going to want to see and be a part of some of that. So go out there, buy or support through the Patreon. It's worth it. And it's not crazy, it's not expensive or anything like that, but it does help out the channel and it helps this grow to what I envision it to be. All right. And if you would like to donate and not do that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App is also located in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is # The Show. So once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. The show is Michael signing off. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yep.